Welcome. Today we're diving into the world of Command Prompt, a powerful tool built into every Windows computer. Whether you're a beginner or just curious, this video will guide you through the basics and beyond. The Command Prompt, often called CMD, lets you interact with your computer using text commands instead of clicking icons. It might look intimidating at first, but once you get the hang of it, you'll discover how much control and efficiency it offers. Let's start by understanding what Command Prompt is and why it's still so valuable in today's graphical world. Begin using Command Prompt. You first need to know how to open it. On any Windows machine, you can simply press the Windows key, type CMD, and hit Enter. Alternatively, you can find it in the Start menu under Windows System. For tasks that require administrative privileges, right-click and choose Run as Administrator. This gives you more control and access to system-level commands. Opening Command Prompt is your gateway to a world of possibilities, from simple file management to advanced troubleshooting. You open Command Prompt, you'll see a black window with white text. This is your command line interface. At the top, you'll notice the path showing your current directory, usually something like c/users/your name. The blinking cursor is where you'll type your commands. Don't worry if it looks plain, the simplicity is what makes it so fast and efficient. Every command you enter will be executed by the system, and the results will appear right here. Let's get comfortable with this environment before we start typing commands. Commands in Command Prompt follow a simple structure. You type the command, sometimes followed by options or parameters. For example, typing dir lists files in the current directory. If you add, it pauses after each screen of information. Understanding this structure helps you use commands more effectively. Most commands have optional switches that modify their behavior, and you can always type after a command to see its help information. Let's try a few basic commands to see how this works in practice. One of the most common tasks in Command Prompt is moving between folders or directories. The seed command stands for change directory. For example, typing seed documents moves you into the documents folder. To go back up one level, use seed. You can also type the full path like seed c/Windows to jump directly to a specific location. Mastering directory navigation is key to working efficiently in Command Prompt, so take a moment to practice moving around your file system. See what's inside a directory, use the dir command. This lists all files and folders in your current location. You'll see details like file size, date modified, and whether it's a directory or a file. If there are too many items, add to pause after each screen or W for a wide view. The dir command is your window into the file system, making it easy to find what you need without opening File Explorer. Need a new folder? The mkdir command, short for make directory, is what you need. For example, mkdir projects creates a new folder named projects in your current directory. You can create multiple folders at once by listing their names separated by spaces. This is much faster than clicking through menus in File Explorer, especially when organizing lots of files. Try creating a few test folders to get comfortable with this command. Remove files, use the del command followed by the file name. For example, del test.txt deletes the file name test.txt. To delete folders, use rmdir or ard. If the folder contains files, add to remove everything inside. Be careful, there's no recycle bin here. Once deleted, files and folders are gone for good. Always double-check your command before pressing enter, especially when working with important data. Copying files is simple with the copy command. For example, copy file txtd/backup copies file txt to the backup folder on drive D. To move files, use the move command in a similar way. These commands save time when organizing files, especially for batch operations. You can also use wildcards like asterisk to copy or move multiple files at once. Practice with some sample files to see how these commands work in real situations. Rename a file or folder, use the ren command. For example, ren oldname.txt newname.txt changes the file name from oldname.txt to newname.txt. This works for folders too. Renaming is especially useful when you need to update multiple files or organize your directories more clearly. Remember, you need to be in the correct directory or specify the full path to the file or folder you want to rename. Sometimes you want to quickly check what's inside a text file. The type command displays the contents of a file right in the Command Prompt window. For example, type notes.txt will show you everything inside notes.txt. This is handy for reading logs, configuration files, or simple notes without opening another program. For longer files, you can combine type with the more command to scroll through the content page by page. A Command Prompt doesn't have a built-in editor. You can launch Notepad directly from it. Just type Notepad filename txt to open or create a file in Notepad. This is useful for quick edits or creating new text files without leaving the command line. You can also open other programs the same way, making Command Prompt a central hub for your workflow. Wildcards are special symbols that help you work with multiple files at once. The asterisk matches any number of characters, and the question mark matches a single character. For example, del *txt deletes all text files in the current directory. Wildcards make batch operations fast and efficient, saving you from repetitive tasks. Practice using wildcards with copy, move, and delete commands to see how powerful they can be. Command Prompt keeps a history of your previous commands. Use the up and down arrow keys to scroll through them. This saves time when repeating or editing commands. You can also press F7 to see a list of recent commands in a pop-up menu. Efficient use of command history can greatly speed up your workflow, especially during troubleshooting or repetitive tasks. If you're ever unsure about a command, just add after it. For example, copy will display detailed information about the copy command, including all available options. This built-in help system is invaluable for learning new commands and troubleshooting. Take advantage of it whenever you're exploring unfamiliar territory in Command Prompt. You can save the output of any command to a file using this symbol. For example, dir list txt writes the directory listing to a file named list txt, used to append output to an existing file. This is useful for creating logs, saving results, or sharing information with others. Redirecting output is a powerful feature that makes command prompt even more versatile. Typing lets you send the output of one command directly into another command using the symbol. For example, dir more displays the directory listing one page at a time. This is especially useful for handling large amounts of information. Typing can combine multiple commands into powerful workflows, making command prompt a flexible tool for advanced users. Environment variables are special values that affect how processes run on your computer. You can view them with the set command and create or modify them as needed. For example, setPath shows the system path variable. Environment variables are essential for configuring software and customizing your system. Understanding how to use them can unlock advanced capabilities in command prompt. Batch files are simple text files containing a series of commands. When you run a batch file, each command is executed in order. This is a great way to automate repetitive tasks like backups or file organization. To create a batch file, just write your commands in Notepad and save the file with a bat extension. Batch files are a powerful way to extend the capabilities of command prompt. To run a batch file, simply type its name in command prompt and press enter. For example, backup.bat will execute all the commands inside that file. Batch files can include any command you'd normally type, and they can even call other batch files. This makes them ideal for automating complex workflows or setting up your environment with a single click. Batch files can use variables to store and reuse information. For example, setName equals John creates a variable named name. You can then use %name% in your commands to refer to this value. Variables make your scripts more flexible and powerful, allowing you to create interactive or dynamic workflows. Experiment with variables to see how they can simplify your batch files. You can add logic to your batch files with conditional statements like if. For example, if exist file txt echo found checks if a file exists and displays a message if it does. This lets you create scripts that respond to different situations, making automation smarter and more reliable. Conditional statements are a key part of advanced batch scripting. Loops let you repeat actions in your batch files. The for command is commonly used for this. For example, for %f and *txt do echo %f will display the name of every text file in the directory. Loops are essential for processing multiple files or automating repetitive tasks efficiently. Practice using loops to see how they can make your scripts more powerful. You can automate batch files or commands to run at specific times using Task Scheduler. Open Task Scheduler from the Start menu, create a new task, and set the trigger and action. This is perfect for regular backups, maintenance, or any repetitive job. Scheduling tasks ensures your important processes run automatically, even if you forget. Command prompt includes powerful tools for networking. Commands like ipconfig, ping, and tracert help you diagnose and troubleshoot network issues. These tools are essential for IT professionals and anyone managing a home or office network. Learning these commands gives you deeper insight into how your computer connects to the world. Ipconfig command displays your computer's network configuration, including IP address, subnet mask, and gateway. This is the first step in troubleshooting network problems. Just type ipconfig and review the details. For more information, use ipconfig all to see every network adapter and setting. This command is a must-know for anyone working with networks. Ping command checks if your computer can reach another device on the network or internet. For example, ping google.com sends test messages to Google's servers and reports the results. This helps you quickly identify if there's a connection problem. Ping is one of the simplest yet most useful network troubleshooting tools available in command prompt. Tracert command shows the path your data takes to reach a destination, like a website. For example, tracert google.com lists every server your data passes through. This is useful for diagnosing slow connections or identifying where a problem occurs on the network. Tracert gives you a behind-the-scenes look at how the internet works. Tasklist command displays all running processes on your computer. This is similar to what you see in Task Manager but in text form. You can use it to identify resource-hungry programs or troubleshoot issues. Combine it with taskkill to end processes directly from command prompt, giving you more control over your system. If a program is frozen or unresponsive, you can end it using the taskkill command. For example, taskkill/im notepad exe closes notepad. You can also use the process id PID for more precision. Taskkill is a powerful tool for troubleshooting and managing your system without opening Task Manager. Systeminfo command provides detailed information about your computer, including OS version, hardware specs, and installed updates. This is useful for troubleshooting, inventory, or just learning more about your system. Type systeminfo and review the comprehensive report that appears in your command prompt window. chkdsk command checks your hard drive for errors and displays disk space information. For example, chkdsk scans the C drive. This command helps you maintain your storage devices and prevent data loss. Regularly checking your disks ensures your computer runs smoothly and reliably. Formatting a drive erases all data and prepares it for use. The format command lets you do this from command prompt. For example, format D will format the D drive. Be very careful, this action cannot be undone. Formatting is useful for preparing new drives or wiping old ones before disposal. FC command compares two files and shows the differences. For example, FC file 1, txt file 2, txt will highlight any changes between the two. This is useful for verifying backups, checking for corruption, or reviewing edits. File comparison is a handy tool for anyone managing important documents or code. Find and findstr commands search for text within files. For example, find error log txt looks for the word error in log txt. Findstr is more advanced, supporting regular expressions in multiple files. These tools are essential for quickly locating information in large logs or documents. The attrib command lets you change file attributes like read-only or hidden. For example, attrib plus r file txt makes a file read-only. This is useful for protecting important files or hiding sensitive information. Understanding file attributes helps you manage your data more securely. File permissions control who can access or modify files. The icacls command lets you view and change these permissions. For example, icacls file txt grant user f gives full access to a user. Managing permissions is crucial for security, especially on shared computers or networks. You can personalize command prompt's appearance and behavior. Use the color command to change text and background colors. The prompt command lets you customize the prompt itself. For example, color 0A gives you green text on a black background. Customization makes your workspace more comfortable and can even help you stay organized. You can launch almost any program from command prompt by typing its name. For example, calc opens the calculator and mspaint opens paint. This is a quick way to access tools without searching through menus. You can also open files with their associated programs by typing the file name. Many Windows utilities can be accessed directly from command prompt. For example, Control opens the control panel and devmut MSC opens Device Manager. This gives you quick access to powerful system tools for troubleshooting and configuration. Knowing these shortcuts can save you time and effort. Help command lists all available commands in command prompt. Typing help followed by a command like help copy gives you detailed information and examples. This is a great way to discover new tools and understand how to use them effectively. The help system is always available, making it easier to learn at your own pace. While command prompt is powerful, Windows PowerShell offers even more advanced features. PowerShell supports scripting, automation, and access to system management tools. However, many basic commands work in both environments. Understanding the differences helps you choose the right tool for each task. With great power comes great responsibility. Always be careful when running commands that modify or delete files, especially as an administrator. Avoid running unfamiliar scripts or batch files from untrusted sources. Following basic security practices keeps your system safe while you explore the capabilities of command prompt. If you encounter errors in command prompt, don't panic. Read the error message carefully. It often tells you exactly what went wrong. Check your spelling, file paths, and permissions. Use the help option for guidance. With patience and practice, you'll become skilled at solving problems and making the most of command prompt. Congratulations, you've taken a big step toward mastering command prompt. From basic navigation to automation and troubleshooting, you now have a solid foundation. Keep practicing and exploring new commands to unlock even more possibilities. The more you use command prompt, the more confident and efficient you'll become. Thanks for watching and happy computing.